Well, I thought the beginning of the second half, we were a little better offensively and got some better movement and got some better looks to kind of get us flowing offensively. But, their D, give them credit, it bothered us in the first half. We had 8 turnovers. But the second half helped us a little bit. And, again, I think it was good to play against that defense because we're going to see it Saturday, the double teaming, the jamming up of the help side. And it's something you got to work against.
Paid off locking the story in the gym, like you said you were going to do the other day.
I don't know what he did when he went home. I didn't ask him, but, you've heard me say this before, Tom, a firm believer in the law of averages with a guy like that. And, he's we certainly really need him, and he's due. And it was good to see. And, I know Zach turned it over 4 times, but, he was battling and, making some plays. And, when you're doubled that many times, I was really pleased overall with what he did. He got to the backboard. And he was pretty good. So, the real bullets start flying now. Here we go.
Thinking about going into that now, it's been kind of a strange non-conference season in that, just building cohesiveness amongst the group on the floor has been, it seems like a real challenge, in many ways more so than we've seen in a while. Do you feel like you're playing catch up in any areas as a result of that, because you've had to spend so much time on just trying to get the guys working together?
Yeah, I think, where we really attacked when we got back was, we have to be better defensively. The stat I gave them was on Sunday morning was we're 4th offensively. We're 167th defensively. I said, you guys just all had great semesters academically, so I think you know what I'm talking about here. And so, that's an area, and it's not only going to be man-to-man, we got to change defenses, but we're going to have to make some improvement there if we're going to get where we want to get to do some things in March.
What do you think the issue is there defensively? Because it's not like you guys, DJ can defend.
I don't think we've done a great job challenging shots. People have shot an unbelievable clip from the 3-point line. These guys did not tonight, but we really stressed challenging shots, blocking out more, talking more on defense. I think we've been a little silent at times, and I've really been after them about that. I thought, we've made some strides there. We got a couple more days to get better with it because we're going to have to be really good with it. But, transition D, challenging shots, especially 3-point shots, blockouts, those are key. I love how we're rotating, giving our body up. We're taking charges, we're coming over, but we got to keep working on that. And I think that's something we'll have to keep improving on throughout the ACC season. You just hope you can get enough W's while you're doing it.
And what'd you say to the guys at halftime tonight? It seemed like you guys came
I was pleased with us defensively. I don't know what they had 23 points. I didn't think we were moving very well offensively. We kind of stood, and we never flattened the defense, and I got after them a little bit, and I thought we did a great job executing that first set to start the half, and then we come down in transition after getting a stop, and BJ hits another 3, and they call a timeout. So, they reacted well to it, but I thought we stood a little. We were kind of standing around.
Kind of a quiet step was that for Zach, where usually in games where he gets 4 turnovers, there's no way he's getting 14 rebounds. But he turns it over, but he's still on the glass for it, and he's still effective.
Yeah, he was effective, and we're going to have, he handles the ball a lot for us, and and he's got a good number of assists for us too. He didn't have any tonight when you look at his season totals. But we want him to make some decisions with it. When you're doubled every time, some things are going to happen. I thought we left him out to dry a couple times. I don't know if 2 of those turnovers, I think I fault his teammates for not presenting themselves as a good receiver. But, I thought he was really poised. Again, I thought he was, he's solid from the foul line. Again, that's 2 games in a row. He's battling. I think his frame of mind is good as we enter the ACC season.
Mike, free throw shooting concern to you?
Yeah, it is. It is. We're going to have to be better there. It is. We've worked on it with a couple different techniques, pressure free throws in practice, but, there's nothing like having to make them when the lights are on and ESPNU or 2 is around, and we're going to have to be better, or we're not going to get any. We're not going to get where it's going to be a cold winter if we don't get better from that foul line.
Mike, with Steve back in good shooting form, it looks like, do you feel good about where your shooters are at heading into conversation?
Yeah, I think our frame of mind is pretty good going down there. I think BJ again got going in the second half. God, we missed some great looks in the first half. We just got to keep shooting them. Steve getting up there and making some, and Matt Farrell. I thought Matt Farrell, he turned down when he walked that time. He turned down a shot. He just hit a 3. Just take what the defense gives you. So, we want him to shoot it, and we want Matt Ryan to shoot it. He's missing. I think again, you just got to keep developing him because that's a guy that can make 3 or 4 in a row. We've seen that. So the one thing they will be is loose and letting it fly on Saturday. I mean, we got nothing to lose down there. Playing the best team in the league from looking at the numbers and where they're ranked and everything. So, I want us ready to rise up and let it fly.
With a guy like Matt Ryan, and he's maybe threw in a mini-ish slump here and there, do you have to remind a young guy just to keep cutting it?
Yeah, he's young. And he almost plays too hard sometimes. He wants it too bad. For a shooter, you got to be a little calmer, and he wants it bad. I never seen a guy, the free throw he missed, I've never seen a guy shoot a free throw so fast. Like a guy was coming out to challenge his free throw. I told him, I said, what? You got 10 seconds. I mean, you flung that thing up there so quick. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. He's just so into it. So we just try to keep him calm because you saw what he did with Iowa. He can change a game like that. So we got to keep coaching him, keep nurturing him.
I know you didn't know that Virginia was going to be your opener, but did you make a conscious effort to schedule Liberty on the back end of your non-con? Or
really, it's just flat out luck. Flat out luck. We had them coming in after Christmas, and but it was kind of nice to be able to talk about some Virginia type stuff yesterday and see some of it. We were just fortunate with it.
Thanks.
Happy New Year, guys.
You too.